Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is Friday, February the 25th already. So we're nearly to the end of February, heading on into March. Finally some spring. I'm excited. We still have, it's like 20, it was 25 this morning, so we still have a lot of ice around here, but it's supposed to get to 40 today. I can't wait. I'm going for a walk outside. I don't care if it hair lips the governor. I'm going for a walk outside. No joke. I cannot stay in another day. But I can't go walk outside when it's 20s. That's too much for me. I can go the 30s. I don't like it, but I can go it. But the 20s, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. I don't know what you're supposed to do. So I have been shut in this house and going cuckoo for days now. The kids were out of school. They were out Monday, Tuesday for President's Day and in-service. So the girls I got to go eat with my friend on Monday, so that was fun, and visit with her. And then the girls came and stayed with me on Tuesday since they didn't have school. So we had all the fun. We did dance parties. We did a little paint and pour thing that Kimi got for her birthday, where you pour the paint and then you turn the thing and all. And so we did that. We did some reading. We just did all kinds of things. They were just very busy and very good. But we stayed in, I mean, we didn't go anywhere, you know. It was just nasty. We did decide to go for a walk. A little walk, not very long, but I mean, we're gone 20 something minutes, but Aria said it was too cold. So she just got down in the wagon, and they have one of those that stays over here, but Mike and Justin got it to go to Disney and other places, and it's Keenz, K-E-E-N-Z, and it has like a handle on either end, and it all smashes up, you know, and gets small and all, and has a cover, and you can put the sides down. Well, she decided that she was staying in that, so she rode in that all the time, and Kimi walked with me. So we did get out that day, but then the next day it was just too cold, and Aria sent me a picture of, first she called me and told me that I could not go on a walk because it was too cold. It was even colder than the day before, and I couldn't go on a walk. So I said, okay, and then she had her mama take a picture so I'd know how to stay warm. And she was on the couch, laying on a heating pad with their little Pomeranian with a blanket over both of them watching TV. And she said, "Shoot, this is what you do to stay warm today." So I had my orders, and Padme did sit in my lap a lot. I didn't get out the heating pad, but we stayed in and just didn't. James then canceled work. He came home early, and then he worked from home yesterday because, you know, it was just too treacherous for crews to work in it. It's just too much. The wind was blowing. It was miserable. And I should have grabbed his computer over there, his little iPad, because, you know, he had the blink cameras at the house, right? And he comes in and says to me, "Can you go out and get my computer out of the truck?" Because I had on my snow boots. And he said, he had on his cowboy boots, of course, and he said, I nearly fallen and busted my butt trying to go out to the truck. And so then he shows me later that night on the blink camera, and he's so funny. I tell y'all, he's so persnickety, because he steps out there and it looks like it's wet, but it's not, it's ice. And so he starts to slip, and then he's so funny because he starts to slip and he catches himself, says a very ugly word, and then goes and does like this total reset of his clothes. It's so funny. It's like 4 seconds of hilariousness to me. I was dying. I kept watching it over and over and just dying, because he just, of all the things, you know, he doesn't grab for the wall. He just says an ugly word, and then, like I said, he catches himself, but then he has to do like a total reset of his clothing. And I'm just dying. But of course, I stepped off. I had my snow boots on, and it was very slippery, but I just took one step, and then I stepped onto the grass, and I walked over onto the grass and got his computer and came back. And so he got because he had a conference call yesterday at 2, which are, you know, his favorite things of all time. I don't think I'd like them either, to be fair. I mean, let's be honest. I don't think I would. But I did get some stitching done. I had some fun because I got a mystery start. And what I will do is, I can't show y'all because I got asked to be a model stitcher. Frankie and Rhonda at A Wicked Stepmother. She's got some new designs coming out. And she asked me if I'd like to stitch one of them. And of course I was super excited because then, you know, it's like the sneak peek, right? And I'm gonna try folding this up so it looks pretty. So all you can see is, she said, I know this one's for you because you like all the colors. So the beautiful colors, and this is, let me see if I can get it. There it is. It's like a butter yellow kind of, she says it's called Yellow Moon, but it's a piece of, why does everything look blue up there today? It sure does though. But it really is a piece of 28 count Monaco, and it feels so nice. It's a nice piece. So I don't know, I assume she's gonna carry these in the shop. I don't know if she has any now. I should have looked because that would have made sense. So I did get a start on it. It's so much fun. It's very, I'm gonna go with kind of a Scandi chic look, and it is adorable and very springy and cherry. And so I got to start on it, and that was super fun. I put my little, it's charted for DMC. She is going to list a Wicked Stepmother conversion, but she wanted to chart it and stitch the model in DMC because you might not have the Wicked Stepmother flosses yet. And y'all, I'm sorry, but my allergies are killing today, and my nose itching, my eyes, I want to scratch my eyes out with a wire brush. You know, a wire brush you use when you're welding. I just want to take it and go, oh my gosh. But it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, 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 and it's so fun, and I can't wait to let y'all see that. So that was my, and then I had one other fun that is not, I'm not gonna put it in my whips because it wasn't a true start. But it is beautiful. It is from Krista, and it is the Jane Bell sampler. It is the sweetest little sampler, and I think I'm equivocating now because I thought I would put Granny Vic, James's grandma, Marie Vic, and her, like her birth date and stuff here, and now I'm equivocating. I'm wondering if I may move the little birds over here and write pray for, and then put Ukraine here, because all our friends Ukraine stitching, Ekaterina, there are several of y'all, please know we are praying and praying for some sort of intervention, because I was horrified just watching the news. I cannot imagine. But she is a beautiful little sampler, and she does, let's see if I can find, if there's a way I can show the little original. Yeah, but I can fold it like this. She doesn't have a lot of colors. She's like 6 colors, but I think I can fold her. And you can see the little original. So Krista had to kind of leave off the bottom because she was like playing with eyelet stitches on the very bottom of her. There, so she took that off, and so then she was able to use the rest of the design. But it is so cute, so sweet, and she tells a little kind of a story. She called it a doodle cloth on the bottom, yeah, and I think that's a good word. But it is so cute. But it's available on her Etsy, and I cannot wait to start it. Now I didn't have all the right colors, so I got to color pulling and fabric pulling. Granny Vic had irises all in her yard, so I was thinking I was do this for Granny Vic, and I wanted some kind of purples, and so I pulled out, I had Old Money and Old Blue Jeans. Those are 2 of the classic color works it calls for. I didn't have the other 4, and I thought I might change some of the pinks out for purples anyway. So I pulled these 2, and they're A Wicked Stepmother Figgy Pudding, and then DMC 316 are the purples that I pulled. And then the greens I pulled are my Wicked Stepmother Green Acres and Oh Holy Night. And now these aren't for sures, but I do like the look of that. The green, of course, isn't on the fold there, but. So I was looking at some fabrics I had. This is a Witchelt. And that one does look pretty on there, but why is that call coming through? It's supposed to be on Do Not Disturb. I hope it doesn't cut us off. It usually doesn't do that. That's nuts. Yike. But it's a little dark. It's a little darker than I wanted. And I had this one. And they all look really good on there, but maybe it may be a little lighter than I wanted. So I was trying to find something in between, and this is just a piece of natural, just 32 count natural linen, natural Belfast. And I think, and y'all know I use all the things y'all send me. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. The only concern is that my old money may not show up enough. He may have to get switched out if not, but I do really like those other colors on there. A whole lot. So I'm thinking that that's what I'm gonna go with for Jane Bell. So like I said, Jane Bell is available on Krista's Etsy site. She is beautiful. Thank you, Krista, for sharing her. And she did tell me I could change it however I wanted, because I asked, because y'all know I'm so bad about that. And so I did ask. She said yes. So thank you for that too, because I'm not very good at following the rules. Y'all, I have cheaters. I have everything falling around over here. I just grabbed everything to come get going. Okay. Then I worked on my winter, my Cricut Collection winter. It's like I said, for some reason, it's a little hard for me to see at certain times of the day. I don't know why. It's a beautiful piece of fabric and it's not that dark. So I assume it must have something to do with the way my light does on the fabric. I'm guessing. Let's put that right there. And we can just try to get this guy on here a little bit. He won't be super straight. I hope he looks more like a like brickwork pulling through now. I haven't put the smoke stuff up at the top, but that's okay too. Come on now. Well, it's pretty wrinkly, but so I got some more done on my end. Not a ton, but some more. I do love it. And so now I'm not quite halfway. The end is the halfway point, but there's a big, you can see the big snowman. So when the big snowman is done there, I'll feel like I'm kind of halfway with it. But it's so cute. And like I said, I've done the autumn and I've done the summer. I haven't done the spring. But I really do enjoy these. I enjoy displaying them and looking at them. They're interesting. The girls love them. They love looking for the little different elements on them. You know, there's a snowman, there's a sleigh, there's two sleighs actually. There's flowers, there's birds, bird feeders, hats. So they love these like kind of like a seek and find, like a Where's Waldo. It's like a cross stitch Where's Waldo, except you find all your own fun things. So they always love any of those when it's that time of year and I have them out. And what did I just do with that right there? There we go. I'm gonna try to pick back up as I go. I assume Kimmy went back to school today. The last time I looked last night, they were not going to cancel. They let them out early on Wednesday. They went back for half a day and then they let them out early because the bad weather was coming. And then they were out the rest of that Thursday. They took back Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, so I'm assuming they went back today. These are all the DMCs. It does call for a lot of colors, but it's charted for DMC. So even though you have a lot of colors here, it's not crazy expensive. If you're just starting out, just as you do a project, just, you know, you'll just start acquiring, and you don't have to go by the whole set. I mean, I never have. I still don't have the whole set. I've been stitching since '82. Lord. So there you go. I've been stitching for 40 years. And I still don't have a full set. So go figure. So just, you know, you can go buy them a little bit at a time. The DMCs aren't expensive. The overdyes aren't really expensive, but if you try to buy them a lot at one time, it does add up. So just go at it a little bit at a time and just build your collection that way. What do I have next? Well, the way I piled this up today, somebody better be praying for me because I need it. I am a mess. Like I said, I got to have lunch with my friend Kim on Monday. She's the one that lost her son that I did the bisque cornu for. And I've been meaning to check on her. She brought me some stuff by. She says she can't see good enough to stitch anything anymore. So she brought some stuff by and I was going through it, and I found a card that she and her son had signed. For some reason, I was thinking it was to her daddy, but that didn't make any sense. Clayton signed it, but so it was to her husband. It was to Todd. And so I had put it in a, you know, Ziploc baggie because I didn't want anything to happen to it till I could get it back to her. So I wanted to take it back to her because it had his sweet little signature on it when he was, I don't know, probably second grade or something. It was just so sweet. And so I wanted to make sure that it got back to her. So we had lunch and talked, and then I helped her on her way. She was going to go pick up some chickens. She's going to become a chicken mom. So she quit horse mom and she's going to be a chicken mom. So we had fun, and I was able to point her in the right direction. She followed me home and then went straight on from there. So this is the Easter house trio. Y'all might remember I did the patriotic house trio, and then Anne was sweet enough to stitch it into a drum. I stitched them in one piece, and then Anne turned it into the most beautiful drum for me. She is like crazy mad talented, and that drum is the most beautiful thing ever. So I decided I wanted to stitch these in a row again. So I pulled, and this is some DMC, some A Wicked Stepmothers. I think there might be, no, it's just DMC and Wicked Stepmother, I guess. No, there isn't. See, there is Victorian Motto and 2 Classic Colorworks, because you had to have a couple different colors of greens that I wanted, different greens and all. So some of these I took off bobbins. Some of these had just been sitting in a bin. Like when I go to Joann's, I just grab a couple of colors that I like. I don't, some I have them, some I don't. And use them. And then put them on, I put them on floss rings now. It's easier to use to me than keeping them in my boxes like I used to. So it is on 32 count dirty Belfast linen with a 2-inch border. So I got my house built. Y'all know I love to build me a house. So I got my house built and got started on my grass. This is the cutest dang thing, and it is very hard to put it down and quit stitching on it. I love that purple. It is, the border purple is DMC 333. And it's so cute. I just can't wait to stitch on it some more. I want to just keep going and going and going and going on it because I love it. So dang cute. So I can't wait to have it finished. Easter this year, Easter is on my birthday. That's happened only one other time in my life that I can think of. I was a kid, I was in elementary school, and I thought it was so special, and I thought that my birthday would be on Easter every year. And then I was sorely disappointed when I found out it wasn't going to be on Easter every year. So Easter used to be my favorite holiday, and then I think it let me down and I got bitter. because I wanted it to be on my birthday because that's so special. So that is Wax and Moon Designs Easter House Trio. It is, all of those little houses are so cute. They are the cutest little neighborhoods, and I like them stitched all in a row so that I have the whole little neighborhood right there together. In Maypearl, I knew all my little neighbors so good. I know my neighbors here, but we're not, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's different because my kids aren't little anymore, or what I speak to my neighbors and stuff, but that's about it. But also when my kids were little and we lived in Maypearl, all those people, we'd all been together for generations and generations. You know, my grandmas knew their grandmas knew their grandmas. I mean, it was just all the way through. So it was so nice to have what I'm gonna call generational love like that. We had been knowing each other forever. We'd all, I was in a little Keno group, and we played Keno one night a month. We would go to each other's house and play Keno. We had a little supper club. There was like, I don't know, 12 of us probably. Sometimes there would be more if we had bigger parties, but there was like a set group, like 12, and it was just so fun. And I have never, and I'm going to say it's probably on me. I've just never done that. And it's not like I moved 50,000 miles away from those people either. I mean, I just moved, I don't know, what is it, 20 miles from them? I don't know, but something's different. It's different. So, I don't know. I should try to get better about that. I worked on Spookhouse Selfies. I'm getting near a finish on the mummy over here, and then I'll just have Frankenstein's monster to go. He is so cute. I think I can kind of stretch him across this way, and we can show him off. I just dyed this Ada. It was just a scrap of Ada that I had in my stash, and since it was full coverage, I decided to do it on Ada just for the sake of ease. And it turned out the fabric is beautiful. So this is Spookhouse Selfies by Just Another Button Company. And if you order the button pack from them, it comes with a chart. It is so cute. And then these are the DMC colors. And I just have it on some assorted little thread drops. And it's all DMCs. And you can get the thread pack too. It was a gift, the thread pack, the pattern, and the eyes. So you can get the thread pack and get it all together. I'm about to fall off my stool here. Y'all really be laughing. Fall off on the floor. Patty's sitting over there in her chair. Naughty Patty. Naughty Patty, that's gonna just get to be her name, is Naughty Patty. Because she always be being naughty and spilling her water. She doesn't spill it as bad since I got the new thing, but she will still go spill it. And Patty's just naughty. We used to have a friend whose mother always called him Poor Kenneth. He was Poor Kenneth all our lives. I mean, if he'd have won the lotto, he'd have still been Poor Kenneth. And, you know, and thinking back on that, I think, my gosh, it's probably some sort of a self-perpetuating prophecy. We should really be more careful with our words. Isn't that odd? Words are the only thing that's completely free. So you can always use the best. It's not like, you know, well, I can't afford to buy lobster every night, so we're having to have beans and rice. It's not like that. Words are free. We could always use the best words. But for some reason, sometimes we don't. Now, I don't think it's probably going to have a bad effect on Patty if I call her Naughty Patty, but I would never call one of my kids like a bad, I don't know, like a bad, what's that, just a bad adjective, I guess? I mean, I don't know. But I was thinking about that while I was taking a bath this morning. I was thinking, that is so odd. Words are free. They're so free. They're completely free. They cost nothing. And we have our pick. We can use top shelf every time. We can always use top shelf. But we don't. We don't. And it's just, I don't know what that got rolling around. That's how my brain works. It gets the frog of thought, jumps around up in there. And I'm taking a bath thinking about free words. I know one of y'all is going to try to have me certified before long, but I also got to work on my Cox Crow Sow. It is out of the Sisters book. It is still widely available. I believe I saw them on Floss and Fabric. Jerlyn, I think, had them. I've seen them several places. And that's this one here. A bunch of us started it back in the fall, and I knew I wouldn't get it finished. That's okay. These are the DMCs that it's charted for. And it is beautiful, but it is not my color palette. That's just all like a couple of color families and all nearly all neutrals. And that's just not my cup of tea or my shot of tequila or whatever. So I added in my Wicked Stepmother Purple Rain, Violet and Blue, Eye the Tiger, and Jack and Diane. And so now I'm going to try to twist it and see if we can get a better idea. That is better for me. That is way better for me than that. Now, I know a lot of people, that is their colors, and that's cool because they're beautiful. But I like a little more complementary color in with mine, not so much all in the same color family. So that's just me and my weirdness. But it is out of the Sisters book. There are several other designs in there that are fabulous. If you haven't got this, it is Blackbird's always worth the purchase. But their books especially, there's just no reason not to purchase them because you could stitch everything in there and it would be exquisite. Just so exquisite. So beautiful. Okay, I'm trying to get it on the little board a little bit so y'all can kind of see because I've been flopping them around for the past weeks and not putting anything on a board, I know. So it's still kind of a mess, but it's a little bit better. I worked some more on the berry border going across. So I had this 2 black little vines and I didn't have any of the berries on. So now I'm about halfway. I think there's 7 or 8 of the little berry pods like going across. And then it says October 31st, 1894 right here. And I adore it. See if I can hold this up and hold that up and you can see there you go. There you go. You can kind of see the difference. If you love autumnal colors and things, the charted colors are perfect. I just wanted to add a little bit of different color into mine. And I love purple and orange together. For me, that is a great color combo. Purple and yellow and purple and orange work for me every time. So I'm glad I got to work a little bit on it. I tried to just kind of jump around this week. Like I said, the girls were here some, and I went to lunch, and then James Williams was here, and so what else have I done this week? Seems like I've done something else that I haven't stitched. I don't know. Oh dang, I left my thread out of the thing. Hold up, wait a minute. Okay, who's left? Let's see who's left here. Oh, Simply Winter. Simply Winter. And I'm using just my leftovers from my Welcome Autumn and Welcome Winter is what these are, from the kits from the Drawn Thread. And the cover page is here somewhere on this clipboard. The Drawn Thread, Simply Winter. The picture does not do it justice. The picture, I swear this picture is like a sepia tone or something. So it doesn't, it just does not give you the, you just don't get how beautiful these are, these Simply Winters. There's one for each season, of course. But they are so, they're so pretty. I don't know, I love me some Drawn Thread. And I'm gonna put this right here. I got my house finished and I got my rest of my snow put in on the tree, and I got my chinking between the logs. So my redbird's on there. I need a little bit of snow at the bottom, right there by the redbird's tail, needs to be finished. But I was so happy to get my house built. I am running out of 991B, which I believe is the white I was using. So I stopped right there till I decide what to do with my roof and my snow on my roof. So I'll probably do all the snow drops because you can't really hardly see it. Is it more color on this other piece? You may can see it better on because see, okay, it is in a sepia tone because look here. Here it is on the back cover. And then here is the other, there's the plain cover. So you can see it doesn't show you, it doesn't show the colors up as good as it should. But it has little, you have to look really close and I'm not sure if it'll focus. There's little snowflakes all through the design. And you can't, they don't even hardly show up in this picture, but there's little snowflakes all over. So I need to get some 991B and then I just have the roof and my alphabet and my snow left to go. So this, I would think this would probably make it as a finish this week. I love these pieces. Of course, by the time I finish it, it's gonna be time to put up spring, but that's okay. Like I said, y'all know I'll just use it next year. I love to stitch with the season. So if I don't get it finished in FFO, that's okay by me. Then it's just ready to go next year and I don't have to feel rushed about it. I don't like feeling rushed. This is a hobby. I just like to do it at my own pace. And so that's fine with me. If it's not done, I got to stitch it in the winter. I felt like winter. I'm freezing my tuchus off. So it's definitely winter. And then I have a finish. And I'm so excited. I'm a little bit sad. I'm a lot sad, but I'm so excited. I got to finish on my Jessie Watson. I thought I could make myself wait because Barbara's going to put the last stitches in on her baby's birthday. But I didn't make it. I didn't make it. So this is Jessie Watson, Hands Across the Sea. She's a beauty. If you stitched her exactly as she's charted, you would be just ecstatic. Y'all know I told y'all I was doing them for I was doing it for my mama's daddy's mama. And all their initials, and because these are her kids' initials, and then I don't know if it's going to focus, but anyway, she's a beauty. I love her so much. So Sally Coleman, and she was my mammy. And then I don't know if I can get it to focus, but right here you can see the date she was born and the date she passed. So, and I had forgotten this. I should have remembered this, that she had the same birthday as my papa's wife. My mama and my mammy had the same birthday, which I didn't remember that. And my cousin Lisa has the same birthday. So I'd forgotten that until I got to stitching it. So I put that there for her. Since the day she was born. Gosh, I don't have my glasses on. I can't read it. I think it's 1888. 16th of August, 1888. And then she passed on the 11th of September, 1976. So I don't know if it'll focus enough for you to be able to tell. I just backstitched that on there. I put the My Mammy over one. I pulled my own colors. I wanted my alphabets to be solid because I can never keep my brain right to switch that out like that. There's no way I could ever remember to keep switching thread. So I'm telling you, I would do an A and half a B and then realize I had to rip out half a B. I know how my brain works. So I just got shed of that. But look at that heart. I didn't do mine in eyelets. I was afraid I would pucker it a little bit, so I just did it in Smyrna crosses. And I could not love this any more than I do. I've ordered the frame. The frame came in. So the frame for this one and for my Miss Margaret Ann Rollo that I finished last week. And I forgot to say this last week, so I'm going to say this now. She is also on, let me interject. Evertote said they have a few of these left. So if you just want a hard copy, if you're a person who likes the hard copy chart, they said they did have a few. I didn't realize they had the PDF. They have a PDF, and so you can go to, and I don't know if it'll say on here anywhere. It's Evertote, Evertote. Anyway, they said they had a few of the hard copies. A download, and Krista at Just Stitching Along has the download. So you can get, if you had just had to have a hard copy, they did notify me that they had a few left. So that's this guy here that I meant to say last week. I forgot to say that I did this one for Daddy and Annie, but I forgot to say that Evertote said they did have a few of the hard copies left. So you can also download it off Krista's site, Just Stitching Along on Etsy. So I will throw this back in there. So back to Miss Margaret Ann Rollo. That's my frog of thought there. So I ordered frames for both of them and they came in. So they're over there. So I'm gonna get them framed this week. I thought I might get it done this week, but I got busy playing with the girls and stuff. And James Williams being home, I didn't want, I'm gonna need to stroll. When I do finishing, I take up a lot of space. And he comes into the kitchen, and I usually go all down the counter, the bar there in the kitchen, the counter and bar. I just go all the way all over it. But when he's home, he likes to wash his hands in the kitchen sink because it's bigger. And I get it, the way they make sinks, he can't, you know, his hands hit the back of the sink in the bathroom, even though ours have the big neck, it don't matter. So he prefers to wash his hands in the kitchen sink. Well, then he'd be splashing water everywhere. So, I mean, he's neat. He'll dry it up afterward, but you can't be splashing water on my stuff. So him being home those day and a half, that checked out that day. And then the day the girls were here, they came in. But by the time the girls left, I wasn't going to try to stroll it out because James Williams came home. So that just knocked all that out. And so the frames are sitting over there. So this week I will devote some time to getting these framed up. Sometimes I can finagle him into helping me. He's real good at centering. He's much more, he is so anal. That ain't no joke. So he will sit over there and inch it this way, inch it this way, inch it this way, you know, like not even inch. I mean, millimeter scooching is what this is, you know. So he'll sit over there and go back and forth until he gets that right. So I'm so excited to have it finished, and I'm so excited to frame both of those this week. That just made me crazy happy and crazy sad to get it finished because I have loved working on it so much. So much. And she is I looked the other day to see, somebody had asked what the stitch count was on her, because she's not giant. These are the little gems. Hands Across the Sea little gems are not gigantic charts. And I'll find it on here in a second. And it's on a page that I always think it won't be on. Here it is. Because they give you, the Hands Across the Sea, they give you like all the dimensions to cut your fabric and stuff. And so it is 133 by 199. So it's not a giant chart, but it is a beautiful, true sampler. I think the frame I ordered was maybe a 9 by 12. I think a 9 by 12 frame is what I ordered for. So it's gonna go in a standard frame even. So she is so pretty, and I'm so excited about framing her, but I'm so sad about having her done because Jessie and I have become good friends, and I feel like Barbara and I have become good friends. I love looking at Barbara stitching and watching her, and this was her autism awareness style, and I love that. And I think we need to talk about neuroatypicalness and don't it and things. We're all just kind of different, and that's great. It's not bad. It's great. It's great that we're all different. And for me, I think. Or what does they say on the Good Fight? That judge makes them say, in my opinion, it's great that we're all different. I did have a few questions and comments on here, and before I forget, this is, lipstick today is Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit, and it is Berry, B-E-R-R-Y, Berry, Recognize. The number is 926B. And then there, I use the same lip pencil from that same place. It's a gel lip liner. The color of it is Plum Together. Lipsticks for the day. Super fun. Y'all know I love me some lipsticks. Okay, we got these out of the way here. Try to move all this around so I can get to read my questions here. Okay. First off, Patchy Pony, I hope your foot is better. That picture of your foot after it got stepped on made me hurt, and that getting stepped on by a horse does hurt your foot. So I hope it is feeling so much better, which also makes me want to say Arvana is feeling so much better, so hallelujah for that. It's funny how that COVID affects different people. Some people, you know, cough, and some people it just like knocks the pudding out of you and you just can't hardly go. And we've heard that from several people that it just, some people it's just been like a bronchitis thing, but for a lot of the people it has just been absolute, complete fatigue isn't even the word, exhaustion. You just can't hardly move. And it's just odd the way it does. I got raspberry water this morning, so yum. I love raspberries. I don't like raspberry flavored things. Is that weird? Raspberries are delicious. Raspberry flavored things are an abomination. I do not know what it is, but to me, raspberry flavored things are just yucky. But raspberries are fabulous. So there's something about it that just distorts the flavor to me when it's a flavored something. But I love raspberries. Y'all were also sweet last week about Aria's earrings. I asked her if she would be putting them on the market, and she let me know real quick that no, she was not. And I should remember that we were doing a lemonade stand and a fingernail stand. When people come and get their lemonade, they can also have their fingernails done and watch a movie. So there you go. So no earrings for the market right now, but thank y'all all for being so sweet. She was very tickled that everybody liked them so much. She is a mess. Lisa, the allergies are murder right now. Murder. Tree pollen is what's up here, and it is just, like I said, I want to take a wire brush to my eyes and just, it would feel so much better. And Adrian, yes, I had seen one or two of the people doing the prairie schooler quilts with their prairie schooler Santas in them, and then they put the quilt around it. It is gorgeous, and wow, just so beautiful. And if you haven't, if you really want to just wow on some prairie schooler Santas, Atlanta Stitcher, Wendy, has hers done, and she has a tree that's prairie schooler, and it is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. It's crazy beautiful. Karen had the idea of doing the anniversaries of the heart, and she's doing hers of the places she's lived. Now, of course, for me, that would be a small thing. Even I've only lived in 2 different counties in my entire life, so go figure. But if you've lived in a bunch of fun places, that'd be so cool. And she said that's what she was going to do, and that she started thinking about doing things like that after she had to write the obituary for her mother. And she said, of course, I just wanted to say the best mom ever. And you know what? That's the thing, is your mom would have been so happy with just the best mom ever. I mean, there's no higher praise than that, right? But, you know, then you have to start looking for things that you not sure you know, or did you remember that right? And Olga mentioned that, you know, there are things that we don't ask, that after we can't ask anymore, we wish that we had asked. My daddy has told me a million times that my granny that made this came from Andalusia, Alabama on a wagon. She rode to Texas on a wagon and as a little girl, and about her feet kicking off the back of the wagon and stuff. And he said, of course, you always think you have time to ask those things, and I was always busy doing something else. And he said, now I could just kick myself for not asking more questions about what an incredible thing. And so, so thank you, Karen and Olga, for reminding us to ask. Larnie, Shug is my grandma name. It's short for sugar around here. You know, you'll say, hey, sugar, hey, sugar, hey, sugar, hey, Shug. And so Shug is like shortening of sugar. And that's a common, Larnie's in Canada, y'all. And so that's a common term of endearment here. Pap used to he calls me honey. And most of the time, but my daddy calls me baby. I mean, we are it's a joke, but I mean, it's something we do. We don't, the girls, I'll say, hey baby. I don't know. It's just what we do. Keely is usually wild man or baby Keely. And of course everybody laughs at me, you know, he's grown 30, but he is my last baby, so there. But we do just, I don't know, I never wanted to be, grandma sounds too stern for me. James's mother always wanted to be grandmother, and she signs her cards Grandmother Williams. That's real too formal for me. I can't live that life. I am not that formal. There's nothing about me that's that formal. Now, there are things James teases me about. I like to eat on a real plate. I like to eat with real silverware. Oh, I didn't realize. Sorry, y'all are having to look at the back of my head in the lamp today. It's getting real dark all of a sudden outside. And things like that. I'm funny about things like that, but words and names and titles and things like that, I'm not formal about at all. I'm just not. I don't know. So I didn't want to be that. And there's so many we have so much family that's left alive. And I didn't want to be Mama or Mama, which were what my grandmothers were. I had a grandmommy and a Mama and a Mama and, you know, all these things, and a two mommy and a mammy. And so it's like Granny, I had all these things that were already taken up in my mind. That person was already there in my head. I don't like same names. James Williams is a third, and they were highly offended that we did not make CJ be a fourth. But I like everybody having their own name. Everybody having their own, it's just me. I'm just weird about it. And so I didn't want to use a name that had already been used. So then I was trying to, you know, figure out what to come up with. And so that just kind of took and stuck, and the girls seemed to like it. So it works out great for me. And I love hearing it. They're so sweet. And Joyce, I love getting the Christmas card. I loved it. I don't know where it's been. It made me think where that thing has been having fun all this time. Who knows? But she mentioned that there is a Roots, R-O-O-T-S, Tech 2022, and it's an online genealogy conference. And so I'm going to look into that. So that sounds crazy interesting. Okay, Brenda, you were talking about the kids bringing you things. CJ was always our bringer of things. He had feathers and rocks and bottle caps and things like this. Now, Keely would have a snake skin or snake in a jar or something like this. But CJ was always the collector of things. The girls loved to pick flowers. Kimmy picked flowers the whole time we walked this week to take back to her mama, Clover and Dandelion. So she had all that this week. But you talking about the walnuts. My grandpa would take a black walnut, you know, but a green one. So when it's not ripe yet, and he would cut it open with his pocket knife, and I had a ringworm on my knee, which I got in bad trouble for having anyway because I wasn't supposed to be messing with them cats. He did not like cats. He came from the era of cat scratch fever, and the cats were up to the barn, and they were not to be touched. They were there to rat, and that was it. And we rode the horses one day, and we was playing with them, and they were little enough that some of them would let us play with them. And we did. And who got a ringworm? Me on my knee. And he cut that thing open and rubbed it on there. And it did make my ringworm go away. Now, whether it's because there's actually something in the green walnut, the juice in the walnut that will kill a ringworm, or whether it's just that he told me he'd cure it, so it did, I don't know, but the ringworm went away. So thank you for making me think about that. I haven't thought about that in a long time. At Too Much Charles, the roses were gorgeous. He said that they were supposed to be white for friendship, and he said you should have sent yellow for Texas, but we loved them all, the pinks and the purples and the reds. The girls thought they were fabulous, and I did too, so we had so much fun. But you mentioned, and I forgot to say this last week, we all have a big forehead in my family, and we call it a 5-head. We don't have a 4-head, we have a 5-head, okay? And then one of my Hispanic friends, one day I was going on about it, and she said, listen, shut your mouth. You could be like us. And, you know, she said, me and my sisters, our hairline is nearly touching our eyebrows. So then you don't even have a 4-head, you have a 1/2 head, and then you really would have something to gripe about. So, you know, none of us can be pleased with ourselves, but it made me laugh, and I forgot to tell you that, yeah, in my family, we call it a 5-head. Because we definitely have, and we have that, what you call it, the Cupid, like that. But that made me laugh, and I forgot to say last week that that's what we call it, our families. We have a 5-head. My sister would say now that her line, because she wears a cap all the dang time, she has a 6-head, she says, but I say it just makes her look like Cleopatra and she's like, oh my gosh. But it does. Barb, I love you. She said she stayed at home. Her grandbabies are now 8 to 18, and they all stayed with her until they went to school. And then when they went to school, she realized she missed kids, so she went to work down at the school at the cafeteria. And so I love that you're down there sending love out to them little kids in the cafeteria line. So thank you for that. Those kids need it. Becky, Estes Park is beautiful. Estes Park, Colorado. We went at the end of the summer one time. the altitude, when we went up to the very top part in one of the national forests that has the highest part. I don't know if it was the Rocky Mountain one or the Arapaho one, I think. One of the two had the highest point, and the snow up there was pink and everything. Micah was about green, and I felt so nauseated, and I didn't sleep. I told you the whole time we were on that trip, and then I got back and the doctor told me that that's altitude sickness. Some people, the altitude does that to them. So my people evidently went never from the mountains, because that is not my gig, even though I loved it. Carol, thank you. The sash-in, she said, the sash-in does go between quilt blocks, not just around the outside. So thank you for letting me know that. And I love that you're still friends with your ex-husband. And I love to see your anniversaries, the heart someday made that way. She said that she wanted to make it for him, and he didn't have tons of wall space. And so she said she would do hers as a quilt. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, Carol. That'll be beautiful. Sue, y'all know I love Sue's comments every week. She has a little bunny face on her face on her picture. And she lost her mother-in-law last week. Sue, I'm so sorry. Please tell your husband, I'll pray peace and sweet memories for y'all. That is awful. I sent out a sympathy card to a friend who lost her daddy this week. It's just, I know that the older we get, it happens more and more, but it don't make it any easier. I know that for sure. Michelle was laughing. She said she remembered when you used to get 10 cents for a tooth, and Kimmy James got $5 for hers. Well, I thought $5 was pretty good too, but when she left here with it that night, she told me she was hoping she'd get 100. So she's going to retire on what she's going to get off her teeth in her mind. Y'all, she is a hoot. She is a hoot. And Christine, I will try to holler at you later. And because you are well, you'll see that you're the benefactor today. Shares from last week, I'll try to shut up, and we're getting close to an hour, so I'm going to try to hush it. I need this and this and this. Yes. Yes. Okay. I think I've heard from everybody, and everything has gone out in the mail. I thought this had already gone on the mail. Hold, please. Helen B, did you send me your address? I thought that I'd sent you, it's still here. So if you, be sure you sent me your address on something, because I thought I'd already sent Bumping the Night out to you, but it's sitting right here. So be sure that you sent me your address, or I hope I didn't mail you an empty envelope. Have mercy on my soul. Okay. This springtime, it's called Springtime, and it's by Imaginating. And it's so cute, designed by Diane Authors. It goes to Linda Meeks. Linda Meeks, if you'll make sure I have your address, I will get that in the mail. Cottage. This is the sampler of the month from April for Country Cottage Needleworks. It goes to Robin Selby. Robin Selby. If you'll make sure, and I'll put my email will be in the drop-down description. And then Queen of the Needle series Spring. Oh, this is so cute. Someday I will get this stitched. I swear I will. This is so beautiful. I shouldn't swear that, I might not. I swear I would love to. How about that? It goes to Sandy Fischel. Sandy Fischel. I hope I said your last name right. F-I-S-C-H-A-L Fischel. So if y'all will get in touch with me and get your addresses to me. And then this week, I am not going to get to this, and this is so cute, and so I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to somebody who will get to it faster than me, I hope. So Christine sent me some things, and so we're sharing Christine's things today. So this is the cutest thing ever. It is Tired Trio by Plum Street Samplers. make sure you use the word tired. Let me know if you're tired of winter, if you're just tired, period. If you're tired of your job, you're tired of your, just let me know what you're tired of. This one is so beautiful. The stitches in it are just, it has a good explanation of some specialty stitches. So if you don't like specialty stitches or back stitch, you probably will not like this. It can be a little sampler or it can be a needle roll. And it is the Embroiderer by Eventide Designs. It's so pretty. But it does have back stitch and specialty stitches in it. The Embroiderer by Eventide Designs, but it is beautiful. So if you're interested in that one, let me know if you like specialty stitches or not. So make sure you have the word stitch in there. Specialty, some people might not like typing out all those words. So we'll use the word stitch for the Embroiderer. Oh, terrible writing. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pass this on because this is past my skill level. And so many people are having grandbabies right now. It is a little quilt. It's so cute. It's these little bears. Look at them. They're called Sports Bears. Sports Bears by Spring Creek Needle Art out of Richardson, Texas. So, so cute. It is adorable. So if you're interested in that one, use the word bears. And these are all, Christine shared these, but that's a quilt pattern. And so those will be our shares this week. Like I said, let me know. Make sure you use the word trio, stitch, or bears in there. And gone over an hour. I try to keep it within an hour. It does upload better also if it's within an hour. So I'm gonna jump off of here. I hope y'all had a good week. I hope you stayed warm and didn't get too cold. It's still below freezing here because the waterfall is still going on the pool. So it's still freezing outside, so I won't get to go walk yet. But maybe soon. But y'all have a happy Friday and enjoy your stitching. Bye.